Hi, and welcome to me, Jennifer Valentine-Miller, on another edition of the Jennifer Valentine-Miller Show. And I hope this busy season is not too tiresome for you. And I hope the introduction to today's show finds you well. So nearly 2 years on from COVID-19, and we're still within the midst of a pandemic. But never has so many nations stayed at home. Not since the war, the World War II, if you're British. So while staying at home, work-wise, we've become more creative and productive. On the other hand, staying at home meant isolation, mental health issues, domestic abuse, and even some marriage were broken up because families were in each other's spaces for too long. Even the church congregation dwindled because members were apart for great lengths of time, which now leaves YouTube to replace the church. Could a different mindset during these difficult times made a great difference during the pandemic? So what is, according to the Bible, the purpose of the home and its importance, especially the idea of the household fulfilling God's basic purpose? In the Old Testament, in Psalms 127, verse 1, Jesus used the building of houses as an illustration of right and wrong attitudes. He does this especially with regards to properly grounding one's life in God. That's in Matthew 7:24-27. On the other hand, if the people of God found themselves in exile just because of a pandemic, and acting as though they are transients of their houses and its family. Because during this time, both of these things, both the house and the family life, should be built up. Christ believes that ministry could be conducted in the home alongside drinking and conversing. But now we find ourselves taking ministry online. And even though Jesus called the church a house of prayer, he instructed his disciples primarily in their homes provided by Christ, because they initially had to give up their dwellings and follow him. And Paul the Apostle continued with this practice, meeting regularly with new converts in house churches. Within this house, everyone's treated as equals, senior and junior, male and female. Even members of the apostles' own family were treated the same. The pandemic not only halted meeting together corporately, but also restricted us from meeting in each other's homes, and instead this has been replaced by Zoom. Even today, the church leadership will not shift from the importance of designating key people who have already demonstrated their ability to look after their own household well, especially during the pandemic. And this has led them to have the key role of being assigned to look after others too. So up next is a chapter from Words Pressed, a short biography, and it's a repeat of Is Your Church on Top of the Hill?